Kerala, God's own country, and Cochin Port, God's own port. A marvel carved by the sea god somewhere in 1341 AD as a result of a great flood in the river Periyar. Over a period, Cochin gained its prominence as an important confluence of trade and as a theatre of cultural vibrance. Successful colonial rules meant that Cochin continued to remain as a coveted commercial hub, dotting the spice route, extending its produces and reaches to the Europe, Far East and far beyond. The modern port of Cochin was developed between 1920 to 1940 and the first vessel sailed into the port in the year 1928. Today, it has etched its place as a versatile multi-commodity port on the maritime highway that connects the Far East and the Europe and handles, among others, containers, crude, LPG, LNG and cruise. What makes Kochi a great place for all maritime business? With over two-thirds of cargo profile dominated by crude, petroleum, LNG and LPG, Kochi has emerged as an energy port. Cochin Port serves the largest oil refinery in South India besides oil majors in public and private sectors. The port has a LNG terminal, SPM system for crude oil import, multi-user liquid terminal, 2 cruise terminals, container transshipment terminal and a vast reserve of land resource for its future development. Cochin is also a major bunkering hub in the region. During the pandemic times, it served as a major stopover for crew change and provided great succor to the seafarer community. The port is cradled in the lap of Kochi city, which is well endowed with amenities and infrastructure expected of major metropolis and thereby offers a congenial investment climate and convenience to the investors. Cochin has etched its way to global prominence, first as a center of trade and commerce and eventually as a bivouac of travelers from all corners of the world. With focus on sustenance and energy conservancy, Cochin Port has conceived a slew of development projects to leverage on its locational advantage of being in proximity to the busiest maritime highway, in fact, the closest among all Indian ports. Outer Harbour Project. With the port ecosystem within Willingdon Island, Puduvaipeen and Vallarpadam having been developed to their best potentials, Cochin Port has set its eye on the future. 2 breakwaters will come up on the northern and southern edge of the port towards the outer sea, and within its ensconce a deep drafted harbour and a tract of over 2,500 acres of land. This would help the port to handle the deep drafted vessels at the berth and is most suited for large port-based industrial enterprises. Ecotourism. Kochi, the medieval marvel, is known for its hospitality, and this is entrenched in its culture. Cochin Port has on platter 55 acres of lush green land with waterfront on 3 sides that can put to redefine and engineer a new paradigm in tourism business that will transform Willingdon Island into an iconic tourism destination that meliorates the travel instincts of both domestic and international citizens alike. Logistics Park. 100 acres of land with great potential and ideally suited to be developed as a multimodal logistics park. Besides the multimodal connectivity of rail, road and air, Cochin also boasts of India's first water metro. Thus, the facility will have connectivity par excellence. Green warehousing, a step towards more environment-friendly and conservation-oriented warehousing facility, will reduce carbon footprint, which will make the port environment-friendly. This maritime green initiative will be the first of its kind in the port sector. The other initiatives include complete switchover to use of alternate fuels. Shore-based power supply will play a key role in green shipping. Ships can turn off their generators and plug into an electric grid while at berth. All these facilities will provide an extra edge for energy conservation and recycling the energy resources. Cruise Tourism Hub. Cochin Port has conceived a project for the development, operation and management of cruise terminal, Sagarika and tourism plaza at Cochin Port with a view to provide a mosaic of leisure, rejuvenation and recreation experience with focus on balancing cultural, ecological and economic growth of the region stakeholders. This entire project will be located on a 78-hectare island and is open for investment on PPP format. Solar farming on water. Cochin Port Authority has conceived a project to install floating solar panel in the vast water bodies of the port. All this and much more bundled together to give you the best of what the future beholds. Cochin, an investment idea whose time has come. Ample scope and opportunities open a gateway of prosperity. Cochin Port has great scope for expansion, and with the expansion comes the opportunity for every investor to grow multifold. Today, we firmly stand true to our tagline, the maritime gateway to the Peninsular India. Come, let's connect, collaborate and create a global hub of maritime excellence. Cochin Port Authority, God's own port.